definitely has some video now on our commentary stream here, so
Alright.
better than nothing.
POOBear entering the tower.
And
JKB is now leaving wooded. Now, even though... You can go.
I'm not completely sure what happened with POOBear, but he did manage to collect the backup moon somewhere. Because he does only need 3 right now going into this brutal fight.
Alright, now, coming up for JKB, you'll see that on the Kingdom select, you can see him about to select the Metro Kingdom. Well, he pressed B on accident, but, Kingdom, but along our way, we get an unexpected visitor, not so unexpected, Bowser. So he interrupts the ship, and you have to fight him on the Cloud Kingdom. It's a pretty simple fight. You just have to punch him with his boxing glove hat 3 times.
Yeah, and like all other bosses in this game, there is a cycle skip. Surprise. And you'll see it happen right here. We'll see what JKB goes for. He's going for the fast strat here.
Oh, I didn't get it. It's a very hard strat. You have to hit the cap as soon as possible. Like, once Bowser throws it, immediately. And you just have to walk up to him a bit and then start punching him. And he might be going for another strat. Yeah. This strat is also pretty difficult. Stand behind Bowser's hats, and then you get the hat from behind, and then you run up to Bowser.
And so
it can be pretty inconsistent at times, but once you get it, you'll save a lot of time.
This in order to skip one of Bowser's sort of runaway sequences. Normally playing this boss fight, as I imagine most people did the first time they ran through this kingdom. And you would grab his hat and then start running towards him. Bowser would notice this and jump away 3 times, and so get close enough so where we can punch him before he starts jumping away. We do skip that phase entirely, saving around 3 to 4 seconds each time from just jumping and following his jump.
Alright, now Bowser blasts us off the ship into the Lost Kingdom, which is a very short level. You just have to get 10 moons and then leave. And right now JKB is going for this triple jump off the tree, get onto the mountain road, which is a ground pound moon that you'll see right here. And the reason he does this is because, one, it gets you up on the road faster, and also there will be a bird named Klepto, which is a reoccurring bird in the Mario series.
Stuff like that.
If you go far enough, he will steal your hat. If you go off that tree, or take a different route, which I'm assuming none of them will do. If you go up on that tree, you'll actually skip the Klepto trigger, and then you'll see him on that little stump right there. He will walk up and make Klepto fly away, and that will stop his trigger, and he won't take your hat.
Yeah, definitely, because we do trigger his attack sequence here, which makes Klepto think that he already has Cappy, and so there's no reason for him to grab Cappy again, so we can now safely walk place being stolen.
Now, JKB did some little damage boost strats right there. You hit both of those blocks at once to spawn the moon, because the moon only appears in that block that was in the far back. So you had to, well, you don't have to take damage, but it is a lot easier to break both of them if you do.
We're seeing JKB go for the last moon here. Gets it. Not taking the intentional death, does manage to sneak out there. Most players will take a death there and warp back to the Odyssey, which is That is a lot easier than going for some cap jump dive strats out to. But looks like POOBear has just triggered Klepto's attack as well, so still a very close race.
Now that GrandPOOBear has restored the Odyssey with the 10 moons that he got, he will be moving on to Metro. And the start of Metro is not very fun, to say the least. You are stuck in the nighttime and the rainy part, and you have to get 2 moons and then fight quite possibly the hardest boss in the run. And it's just a very difficult section in the run.
Yeah, Lost. The combination of Lost and Nighttime Metro is definitely a run killer.
POOBear not taking the intentional damage, but still breaking both of those blocks.
And so we're seeing Thejkb here come up on one of the hardest jumps in the run. He's going to use the awning on this building here to scale it the unintended way and save around 20 or 30 seconds from side platforming. And it also conveniently leads to one of our moons here we need in Metro.
Alright, he gets it. And he's going the long jump over here. Pretty simple. And just do some wall kicks and grab that moon. Alright, it looks like POOBear took the intentional death to get back to the Odyssey. Not much slower than doing no death strat.
We're seeing Thejkb enter City Hall here. Intensive parts of the entire run.
Yeah, City Hall is a very scary part, because if you mess up at any point, you will fall all the way down. Looks like... oh, he barely made that early cycle. On the elevators. There's many different movement optimizations that have been made here. Like, you can do a triple jump to skip ground pounding on that question block, and you can also buffer a spin jump ground pound to start rolling immediately.
Yeah, just a little bit of time save just from exceptional movement, and it does add up in this run, especially when the runner's PEVs are so very close. POOBear also getting the hard Metro jump first try, and we see Thejkb starting the Mecha Wiggler. As some might say, but definitely one of the most annoying bosses in this entire run. One of the only ones with no cycle skips, no attack skips. We are forced to recognizing attack sequence by this Wiggler. And he's coming up on the second cycle, which is definitely important to hit all the orbs on this Mecha Wiggler here. Is if you do not, it will go back and do another one of its attack cycles, which is definitely something we don't want to see in a speedrun. KB has 2-cycled Mecha Wiggler here. Very nice boss movement there. And if you guys did notice, Thejkb, the orbs around the orb he shoots, orbs, balls, energy spheres, fancy. The orbs around the orb he shoots also gets destroyed, so it makes the boss a bit easier, but definitely still has a lot of potential to get 3-cycled and lose a ton of time from waiting for those attack sequences.
Alright, Thejkb is now starting on Daytime Metro, much easier than Nighttime Metro, and there's actually a strat that was just found today where you can clip into a cage at the start and get a moon with the scooter that is found at the very beginning, and you would normally get the moon with the RC car. Let's see if Thejkb goes for the scooter strat. Alright, he's taking the RC car. Not much slower, but the RC car does have some kind of wacky controls. Let's get it pretty fast though.
Looks like POOBear's coming up on the second cycle for this Mecha Wiggler. We'll see if he can 2-cycle it just like Thejkb did. Wiggler stopped a lot earlier than usual, but he's still able to two-cycle it there. As you may have noticed, that Mecha Wiggler stopped moving much earlier than JKB's, and that is due to all 5 of the fireballs after coming out from the wall. And Wiggler go back into the wall a lot earlier, so fight because you still need to break all the orbs, but a lot more potential for missing the 2 cycles, so we're glad he got it.
Now JKB is going to make use of the top of the roof checkpoint that he got earlier, warp up and get some pretty quick moons. Doing a pretty interesting strat to get swaying in the breeze. Some runners, or most runners, would just jump off from the pillar where you get the trash moon, sorry. And then long jump or just cappy dive into that moon.
Yep.
The moon on top of the building. Then immediately go down into the pool to get the moon up there.
GrandPOOBear landing bench friend's first try. That was a nice sight to see.
Best moon in the game. Alright, JKB is kind of lucky that he landed on top of that building instead of on the ground, because if you land on something from a very high jump, then Mario will go into this landing animation that takes about 2 seconds. So it's pretty advised that you don't land or throw your hat once you're about to hit the ground, or else you will lose time.
Yeah, and here we see GrandPOOBear just simply jump off to get swung in the breeze.
Now JKB is going to get 2 of the 4 band members required to open the sewers and then go into the festival for Metro, but unfortunately we don't do the festival. But fortunately, we do get to talk to the best NPC in the entire game.
Yes, by far. Easily the best part of the entire run for most, if not all, viewers.
But before that, we have to get this robot moon from the dead boss. Alright, here he comes.
It's coming up.
OTEP.
OTEP, boys. There we go. That's it.
Shoutouts to I Ate Your Pie.
Yeah. With OTEP is the last moon in the Metro Kingdom, so maybe move on to the next kingdom here.
Now, depending on how many coins these runners have, which seems both of them have well over 100, they can either go to Seaside for some extra coins or Snow Kingdom. And going to Snow Kingdom is faster because you don't have to scroll down to hit Seaside, but if you don't have enough coins for Snow, you pretty much have to go to Seaside first, because there's one moon that gets you up to 40 coins, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, there's a moon in Seaside where just going to the moon and collecting it gives you 40 free coins, and so it does look like both our runners do have well over 100 coins, so we're first saving that crucial second instead of scrolling down to hit Seaside. But
POOBear is coming up on OTEP for the second time, and JKB is entering Snow Kingdom. After that, in Snow Kingdom, we'll try to find Captain Toad in this blizzard, which can give some runners some trouble because it's very hard to see in this blizzard. Shouldn't be much trouble though for JKB.
Looks like he's found it. There's a pretty nice setup with where you land on the snow there. And back to the important stuff. OTEP, yes, exactly. So,
Alright, POOBear done with Metro, so probably going to go up to Snow as well because he has a lot of coins. And JKB entering Shiveria Town, which is where we get the rest of the moons in Snow Kingdom.
if anyone's keeping track at home, POOBear is approximately 1:45 against 2 minutes behind JKB, which could easily change with Luncheon Kingdom, Azure Kingdom, and Moon Kingdom. Definitely still a close race for both players.
Alright, JKB buying his last moon and second moon. And now he's going to do a pretty tricky jump where he bounces off the umbrella that's about to be in his view. And he's going to wall kick off this bridge. And he messes it up. Yeah, it's a pretty stupid jump because that bridge can act as a ceiling sometimes. And it will just shoot you straight down, so you can't get the wall kick. And there is a clip in Snow Kingdom that is not used in any percent, unfortunately, where you clip through the wall and you get to go to the Bound Bolt race early, which gets you a multi-moon, but multi-moon takes well over a minute to get, so it's not worth it.
And so JKB is now entering one of the 4 main rooms of the Snow Kingdom. In Snow Kingdom, there are 4 rooms with 4 story moons. Just a regular moon with a pretty nice platform underneath it. And collecting all 4 of these moons will open up the gates to the Bound Bowl, but as Oddmay said earlier, that we can execute, but it is unfortunately just a bit too slow for any percent. And it looks like it's happened again. It's died. Fortunately. Again, we apologize.
Yeah, the stream is freezing up a bit. I'm gonna bring up the backup. JKB getting his second story moon now, and POOBear entering the first room, the poison one. And then JKB just has 1 moon left, and then he will be on to Seaside.
Yep, exactly. The stream might be putting up here again in a second. I promises that.
This snowy mountain is the home of a very, very stupid boss fight. It's a rematch against Rango, the Brutal that we fought in Lake earlier. But this time we get to fight him with ice physics, but they skip him because it's a very slow fight. And it's a very stupid one, so who would want to fight it anyway?
Ice physics are such a joy. If anyone didn't get that, that's a joke. Ice physics are terrible. It's so much harder. See the stream come back online a little bit here. Thank you guys for sticking with us. All the technical difficulties we've had so far.
JKB entering the Seaside now, which would depending on how many coins you get, would be the first kingdom you go to, and then you would go to snow, but it doesn't lose any time in the long run, aside from just selecting seaside over snow, because the routes for the individual kingdoms aren't different depending on which one you go to first.
Yeah, you still have to collect the same amount of moons to progress in each kingdom. There are a total of 124 moons needed to number, I should say, but that's also subdivided into a minimum number of moons for each kingdom. So you're still going to need to collect 10 moons in seaside and 10 moons in snow. They're just made the same exact way you would. You're just going to select seaside first.
POOBear coming up on the end of Snow Kingdom.
Once again, thank you guys for sticking with us here.